Is your Bakuchiol fake? If it is, you're not only wasting money, you could be damaging your skin. Bakuchiol really blew up in the last decade after clinical studies came out that it was just as effective as retinol in wrinkle reduction, hyperpigmentation, and even acne. Except it was even better because it didn't have any of the phototoxic concerns that come with retinol. With Bakuchiol, you don't have to worry about sun exposure, and it was also way more tolerable than retinol in clinical studies. If you used retinol before, sometimes you can get those dry patches or even flaking. This is exactly why they call Bakuchiol nature's retinol. But with popularity, unfortunately, comes counterfeits. After the studies, demand for Bakuchiol rose in a very short period of time, and so suppliers had to get creative. Bakuchiol comes from the Psoralea Corylifolia plant. I had to practice to say that and I butchered it. But not all parts of this plant are safe or have the effective compounds found in the clinically studied Bakuchiol. The stems, leaves, and roots of this plant do contain phototoxic compounds, which means you cannot wear it out in the sun. And if you do, it can cause blistering and dark spots and pigmentation, which is exactly what you're trying to reverse. So just like retinol, it would not be safe to use in the sun. Real Bakuchiol is a purified compound that is extracted from the seeds as a single molecule, and this is the ingredient that was shown to be effective in the clinical studies. Now, there are tons and tons of suppliers out there selling Bakuchiol, but unfortunately many of them are misleading and they're actually selling other parts of the plant. This is why when I was creating 𝘤𝑭𝘮𝑁𝑒ctar, I only trusted one Bakuchiol brand, and that is Sytenol A. Sytenol A is the world's only certified and purest form of Bakuchiol available. It is the exact same compound that was used in the clinical studies, so you know you are going to get something effective. Now, after falling down this rabbit hole in formulation school, I reached out to brands to ask them about their Bakuchiol sourcing to make sure that I was getting the real thing. Now, unfortunately, many of them did not disclose it, and I get it, most brands are not going to tell you who their suppliers are. But then this made me really worried because I love Bakuchiol and it is my #1 ingredient for battling aging skin, so I wanted to make sure that I was getting the real thing. And here are 2 telltale signs that your Bakuchiol might be fake. #1, they are using words other than Bakuchiol on their ingredient label. Things like Bakuchi plant, Bakuchi oil, Bakuchi extract, Bakuchi oil, that's the trickiest one, Bakuchi extract, Bakuchi plant extract, the name of the plant. If they're using anything other than Bakuchiol, it may not be the real thing. The inky name for Bakuchiol is simply Bakuchiol. That is it. Bakuchiol is a single molecule, and that is how it's going to appear on a real ingredient label. If you're seeing other names, they're probably using other parts of the plant. #2, they are claiming a percentage above 2%. The max use percentage of Bakuchiol is 2%. In the clinical studies, you only needed 1% to see results, but you can use up to 2% for maximum usage. Anything above that, chances are it is not real Bakuchiol. It's either diluted with something or they're using other parts of the plant. You cannot use more than 2% real Bakuchiol in a formula. Now, I would encourage you to ask brands if they're using Sytenol A, because again, Sytenol A is the only certified Bakuchiol that is going to guarantee that you are getting the real thing and at maximum purity. So even if they are using a real Bakuchiol, if it is not the Sytenol A, which is a certified one, it may not be the best quality one out there. And that's precisely why I use Sytenol A in 𝘤𝑭𝘮𝑁𝑒ctar, because I wanted to guarantee for myself that I was getting the real thing. If you're serious about results and you don't like flushing money down the drain, get the real thing.